Today we're taking a quick look at the brand new 7Artisans 15mm f4. Before we get into my thoughts on this lens, I do want to give you the preface that 7Artisans did send me this lens, but I get to say whatever I want, and so know that you're going to get my full and honest opinion. And so with that, let's break down what I think about this lens, starting first with the overall image performance of the lens. Talking about the image performance of this lens, I was really excited to see a 15mm lens that is covering a full frame sensor that is not a fisheye lens, and so right off the bat, I was really excited to use this lens. My excitement grew even more when I realized how sharp this lens was, and that's something you are going to get, is you are going to get a really sharp lens. Now the sharpness may fall off as you start getting to the corners, but that is to be expected from an ultra low budget ultra wide lens. The one thing that really bummed me out with the image performance of this lens is the performance when it comes to minimum focusing distance. I love using ultra wide lenses when you can get really close to your subject. It creates something very unique, but this lens was not able to do that. Really, where this lens shines is when you're doing landscape or architectural photography, where you don't necessarily need to get close to your subject, but you want an ultra wide shot, and that's again where this lens does shine. And so if you plan on using it for that intended purpose, the image performance of this lens is really stellar. I love how sharp this lens is, and I love the overall image that this lens does produce. And so with that, let's talk about what I think about the build of the lens as well as some build features. Now, as far as the build of the lens is concerned, it is an all metal lens. It's surprisingly dense. That could be a plus for some people, that could be a minus for some. It really just kind of depends on your preference. It does come with a 77mm filter thread, and something I really enjoyed about this lens is the fact that it does accept screw-on filters. Now, this kind of plays into a little bit of image performance because there's not a ton of vignetting on this lens until you start stacking filters. But that should be expected being an ultra wide lens. At a certain point, some of those things that you're putting in front of the lens is going to come into your frame. Now, along the lines of the build of this lens, it is a fully manual lens, and so you will get a physical aperture ring, which is really nice. It is a clicked aperture ring, and you'll also get a physical focus ring. Now, the focus throw is going to be a little bit more short for my taste. I wish it was a little bit longer, but again, that's really up to preference. Some people love shorter focus throws. I am not one of those people, and so I do wish that the focus throw was a little bit longer. But overall, you're just going to get a really sturdy, really well-made manual lens coming from 7Artisans, and that's something that we've come to expect from 7Artisans. And again, this lens is no different. Very sturdy, very hefty, very dense, really well-made lens. And so with that, let's talk about my overall thoughts and who I'd recommend this lens to. Now, overall thoughts, I was really pleased to see how sharp this lens is. I do wish it had better minimum focusing distance, but when you start using it for its intended purpose, for things like landscape or architecture, you're really going to get a good performing lens, especially coming at a low budget cost. Yes, there's going to be flaws like not having great flare control or not a great minimum focusing distance performance. And so if you're okay with some of those flaws or characteristics, and you look in the fact that this is an ultra wide lens at an ultra low budget, if that meets your needs, then I would 100% check out the 7Artisans 15mm f4. And so that's it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to give it a like. And if you're digging the overall content from the channel, consider subscribing. As always, thank you for joining. Go and find your journey. Go embrace life. Peace. This is Pav. He's been a lovely, lovely man. And you should go check out his channel. Wait, hey, what's up, man? How's it going? You gonna say hi to everyone over here?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So many cameras. This is crazy.
So, yeah.
Follow this guy.
Check out this guy.
Handsome and cool.
I think, what's your name on your channel?
Pav. SZ.
That's right.
European.
That's right. SZ.
SZ.
Dash SZ.
No, it's just SZ. We'll find it.
Yeah, okay. You will find him.
This is so complicated.
Let's go get coffee.